Is crypto truly doomed? This is Sethuraman from Meta School, and welcome to the WTF series. Now, before we get started, you know the drill. Subscribe to the channel. So, a couple of days ago, this particular tweet had the whole crypto community shook, and that too for all the wrong reasons. You see, the tweet actually showcases a practical SHA-256 collision. But what does any of that actually mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So, SHA-256, or the Secure Hash Algorithm 256, is a cryptographic, or simply put, a mathematical algorithm that is used to generate something called as the hash value for a piece of data. Now, think of these hash values as sort of, like fingerprints for data. You can put in data of any length into a hash algorithm like SHA-256, and it will generate a unique value that is of fixed length for that particular piece of data. Any changes to that data actually leads to a completely new hash value, and using these hash values, we can easily identify and verify the data. Now, another cool feature of this hash values is that even though you can use, algorithms like SHA-256 to generate the hash values from the data, you cannot actually reverse the process.
Why not, you stupid?
I mean, you can't create a person out of a fingerprint now, can you? You see, the SHA-256 algorithm is used extensively in blockchains like Bitcoin for digital signatures and data verifications. All those boring but super important stuff. The algorithm actually works by putting your data through 64 rounds of very confusing cryptographic computation before the hash value is finally generated, making the algorithm one of the toughest to crack. That was until the tweet, you see. Now, there is a proof of collision. Meaning, that's right, you guessed it, they discovered two data inputs that could essentially generate the same value.
Oh man. Oh God. Oh man.
It's almost like finding two people with the exact same fingerprint. Now, before you act all crazy and sell all your bitcoins, wait. You see, technically, they never got to finding the exact same hash. So what happened was, do you remember those 64 steps that I talked about? So these guys found two data inputs that generated the same output state after the initial 31 steps of those confusing computation. Now, that doesn't sound too bad, right? Well, I hate to bring all this bad news, but this discovery means that the likelihood of generating the same hash value output after completing the remaining 33 steps of computation is increased. Like, there is a super good chance.
It's over 9,000!
But what does all this mean? What could go wrong if somebody actually carried out a successful collision attack? Well, then kiss all your bitcoins goodbye, because that would mean people could easily forge digital signatures, even blocks, get away with double spending. They can tamper transaction history, manipulate the whole mining process, essentially compromise the entire Bitcoin network. Now, all you non-Web3, non-Bitcoin holding folks, hold your smirks, because the SHA-256 algorithm is not just used in Bitcoin, you see. I mean, it's basically used everywhere, from digital certificates to secure communication, password storage, payments, you name it. So, a successful SHA-256 collision attack would mean the end of the world. The end of the digital world, at least, until we figure out some clever solutions. But according to a lot of very clever mathematical people, we are actually quite far from that stage. I mean, the recent discovery is basically just a new milestone in an ongoing research around hash collisions, but it's an important one nonetheless. Besides, all the tech communities, including Bitcoin, have discussed this possible apocalyptic future, and many of them have actually cooked up some pretty solid backups for, when things goes to shit. So for now, let's just cross our fingers and hope that we don't have to sell our bitcoins anytime soon. So see you in the next one, and do subscribe to the channel.